Right, so in this box here I've got primers, foundations and concealers. I think I'm going to put foundations and concealers together and then we'll talk about primers now. So we'll talk about these. So we've got the Glossier Future Dew. It's good, guys, don't get me wrong. I know I've complained about this one in a few videos, but it's just the expense of it. So you're getting 30 mils. It does give you that glowy look, so if you do want a glowy look, then it's really good for that. But I have found a dupe for it, guys, and that's probably my issue with it. So we've got the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. So, hang on. So they both give you that glass skin look. I would suggest this one over the Future Dew if you're just after that kind of look. But if you want skincare properties, then obviously get the Future Dew, because I'm sure this one has hyaluronic acid in it. Things that are actually good for the skin, whereas this one, I don't think it does. I keep saying to myself, I'll have to like look up the ingredients, but I just haven't got around to it yet. Then I have this Natural Collection one. It's the Hydrating and Radiance Primer. Yeah, I really like it. I'm about halfway done now, nearly. I'd say 3/4. So yeah, I really like that. The lighting doesn't seem right. I think that's better. Sorry about that, guys. So we'll just continue now. The next primer I've got is this Revolution Glow Beam Dream. I've just used this in March's Shop My Stash, so yeah, I really like that. Then we have this L'Oreal Infallible Anti-Fatigue Primer. I don't really like it, but I am going to use it up, and I won't repurchase this, so I wouldn't recommend it. What else do we have? This one. So we've got the W7. It's Glow Prime. Really good. It's a radiant primer. I highly recommend this if you can get hold of it. eBay will stock it, and probably Amazon as well. You'll pay more on Amazon, so I would recommend you get it from eBay. Then I think this is the last one. I don't really have many primers at all. So this is the Spackle Hydrating Moisturising Under Makeup Primer by Laura Geller. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love it and would definitely repurchase it. I believe they've repackaged it. This is quite old. I got this in a set from TK Maxx. So that's that. Do we have any more? I think there are foundations. And that video wasn't long at all. So I feel like putting primers, foundations and concealer in one video. Right, so next then we'll talk about foundations. So we've got the Max Factor Radiant Lift Long Lasting Radiance. It's in 30 porcelain. Shouldn't it be 10 porcelain? That's too dark for me anyway. I can get it working by using something like this, which is really light. This one is in the shade 001N. But I would say that's more porcelain, to be honest. So we've got that one as well. I'm gonna take all the foundations and put them there for a minute. A lot of these are in my Shop My Stash. So we've got that one. And then the next one, this one is in my Shop My Stash, is the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluronic Acid. It's in 002 Neutral Ivory. This one's too dark as well. I didn't realise at the time. I mean, it looks really pale, but when it's on the skin, it's just that smidge too dark. So I plan on putting this on with it, and hopefully that will kind of neutralise it a little bit. So yeah, we've got that. That's in Shop My Stash. Then I've got this one. This one is the newest one to the collection. It's the 17 Glow Is Everything CC Cream. Like I said, it's in 001N. So I have that as well. The other one is the Uma Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. So I'm planning on using that with a 17 one. It is a little bit too deep for me again. You'll definitely notice that most of these foundations are just a little bit too dark for me. I don't think I'll be deep butchering anything from here. I might declutter one thing, I can see it now. This one, yeah, it's far too dark, even though it's in the shade Light. I'm going to show you now. You can see that's too deep for my skin tone. Yeah, it's far too deep. So I'm going to declutter that just into the bin because it's quite old. The next one is the Profusion Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector, and this one is in the shade They're Free Cool Pink, and I thought this would have been my shade for sure. Again, a little bit too deep, but I can make it work. I've been reading the lighter shades, or what I thought were the lighter shades. They've got more of a kind of like yellow base to them, and it just wouldn't suit my skin tone, so I'm just going to use it again with that 17 foundation and see how we get on. Or I can use it with this. This one is my perfect shade. It's by Body Collection. It's one of the illuminating liquid foundations. I think this was like £3, guys, so I could do with getting a couple more as backup. That one is in the shade Porcelain. Now that is a true porcelain to me. Let's try and put it over this one that's too dark. Can you see how it's blending in? Yeah, it's just the perfect shade for me, that, so that's going nowhere. Then we've got this one. This one's the same. This Technique Luminous Glow Demi Matte Foundation. I'm nearly out of it, it's here, so I need to get another one of these. That's porcelain as well, that's a true porcelain for me. So yeah, definitely get another one of them. Then we've got this W7 High Definition Camera Ready Foundation in the shade Buff. I need to check it, I need to check if it's a good colour match, and if it's not, I'll just declutter it maybe next month. Then we've got this Rimmel Lasting 25 Hour with Comfort Serum. This one is in the shade 010 Light Porcelain, and this works well as well. So we've got that. Then I have this L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hour Fresh Wear. This one is in the shade... what shade is it? Doesn't actually say, but it will be porcelain. I think it said here, but it's rubbed off. I'm sure it'll be porcelain. I wouldn't have got any other shade. Then we've got this one here. So this is one of the Dewy Wet n Wild foundations. I can get away with it. It is a little bit too deep. Let's show you. Can you see just how deep it is there? But it's not as dark as like the Max Factor one. Dewy foundation by Wet n Wild is just a little bit too dark. When you look at it, guys, I can't get a good foundation for my skin tone. I've looked and looked and looked, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to the number 7 counter at Boots, and they'll just use the fancy little gadget that they have, and they'll colour match me, and I feel like that's probably going to be the best way going forward. Just go to number 7 and get them to do that. Then we've got this Missa Perfect Cover BB Cream in number 13. I don't know if it's still okay. This one just blends in as well. It's really, really good. Yeah, it still smells okay. I'll have to use it though in like spring, summertime. Right, this one here, believe it or not, is a little bit too deep. So it's the L'Oreal True Match Plumping Tinted Serum. It's in the shade 0.5 to 2, and that covers a wide spectrum, doesn't it, of like people. I mean, can you see? Sorry, can you just see how dark it is? I mean, I can get away with this as well. Blended into the skin. Yeah, I can definitely get away with it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's noticeable. I would say I'd probably prefer a lighter shade, but they don't do a lighter shade in it. That is the lightest. 0.5 to 2, and then I think it goes like 2 to 4 or something like that. But yeah, I feel like this is another great spring summer one, so I'll definitely be getting more use out of that. Then we've got this Flower Beauty Light Illusion. This one is in the shade Shell L0, and I really like this. And again, that just blends in. So I have got more foundations than I thought that match my skin tone, but I've got some that are just far too deep. I've lost all my wipes as well, so having to use just this one wipe. This one is fairly new, this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. It's really good. It's my shade. It's in the shade Classic Ivory 201. If they had 200, that would have been even better, but that was the lightest, I believe. So yeah, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping all of them. This one was the worst one. You can tell it's too dark for me anyway. It's in the shade 095 Fair Porcelain. It's Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Full Coverage Lightweight Protective Makeup. Now, I don't know what possessed me to get this, because I don't like full coverage makeup on me anyway. I feel like it just exacerbates like all my fine lines. So that's the shade there. I mean, it looks like it blends in really nicely. I don't think I had a problem with the shade. I think I had a problem with the full coverage of it. So if I mixed it with something like this that really is sheer, it could potentially work. So maybe I'll do that next time. I pulled all the foundations for this month, so I won't be doing it this month, I don't think. Then we've got another Wet n Wild Dewy foundation, same shade. It makes me laugh when I hear people say, oh, I've got summer shades and winter shades. My shade all year round is porcelain, guys. I don't tan. In fact, I very rarely go out when it's sun shining. You know, I said that if I ever go over to Australia to see my friend Lisa and Karen, I said I'll come over in your winter, because I just couldn't handle the heat. I know I couldn't, and the last thing I want to be doing is getting all grouchy because of the heat, and also sunburn. And even though I wear like factor 50 in the past, I've got really bad. So yeah, I don't know where the camera stopped, but I said to Lisa and Karen, I said, if I come to Australia, it's going to definitely have to be when it's cooler weather. So the next foundation is this L'Oreal True Match one. It's the Super Blendable Foundation. What's this then? That's True Match Nude. That's the plumping tinted serum. This is just normal. So this is just that. So this is just that then, but that one's got the serum inside it. That's what it looks like to me anyway. This one is 1.I to 1.C Rose Ivory. A little bit too dark. I don't think they had porcelain. Right, and I think it's just, oh no, we've got this one as well. So this one is from Poundland, so it's the Makeup Gallery Keep On Glowing Illuminating Foundation in light coverage. So this one, you'll see, is a little bit too dark. I can get it to work once it's blended in. You can see it's blended in, but you can just make out a little bit of a mark there from where my skin tone is and that foundation is. So I just kind of blend all these foundations down the neck. But I hate being pale, guys. Nothing works. Right, concealers. So we got this, this Glossier one. It's in the shade G12, which is the lightest. So I use this as a skin tint, guys. I prefer it as a skin tint, and as you can see, it's just blending in. So that's like an extra foundation I've got there. So that's staying in. Then we have, oh, I need to be using this month. Then we've got the Hide and Chic Super Size Liquid Concealer. This is fairly new, so I need to test it out. So I'm going to be adding this to my Shop My Stash. I've got my Makeup Revolution one in, but we'll put this one in as well. I want to test it out. Then I've got two of these. I think they're the same shade. So they're the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I think one's darker actually. No, that one's fair beige. I'll show you the difference. And then this one's fair rose. Can you see? This one's more of a spot conceal, whereas this one goes under the eyes. And then I've got this one, and this one's just the normal 16-hour Camo Concealer, which I barely ever use. This one is in the shade Fair Rose. Let's see if it's the same shade as the hydrating one. No, that's far lighter. That's more pinky. Next time, next Shop My Stash, I might pull those two out together to use. They're both in the shade Fair Rose. One's hydrating and one's just a normal Camo Concealer. But as you can see, the normal Camo Concealer is a lot whiter than that one. So it'll be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how they play with each other. Like the normal Camo Concealer is just, it's too drying for me. It makes me look old. And it, yeah, I just don't want to use it by itself. I've also got this Body Collection Concealer. This Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser. This one's the brightener. And then I've got this Makeup Gallery Hide and Chic Multi-Use Concealer. And then that's everything that's in that box. So now what we need to go through is bronzers. I've got some illuminators. Right. Illuminators and powders I might put with this video and then do bronzers separately. Yeah, let's do that. So let me just sort this out. Right, okay guys, let's go through illuminators first. We've got some powders in here. But it's not everything. Right, so we've got this L'Oreal True Match highlighter. Basically what I do with these is just use them under foundation to give me that glowy effect. This one is in 301.I/C Icy Glow. It's Rose Icy Glow. Then I've got this PS Strobing Highlighter Cream. Then I've got this L'Oreal Glow Cherie, which is in shade Light Glow. That's a lot like the Charlotte Tilbury one, which I have in travel size, which is just here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd buy this at full size. Well, I don't think I would buy it at full size. I'd probably buy another one of these. This one is in the shade Too Fair. It does give you that glow. It's just, I don't feel like it's the best. I feel like these products are just as good. Then I've got this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Hello Halo Highlight, which is really nice. I've got this Rimmel Good to Glow highlighter in the shade 001 Notting Hill Glow, which is really nice. I've got this Rimmel Insta Strobing highlighter in Gold Glow. This Technique Strobe FX cream in Catching Rays, which is nice. This Sleek Berkist illuminator in Monaco, which is really, really pink. It's really nice though. Can you see that glow? Yeah, I'm going to keep it. And then this Becca in Ignite. So I'm keeping all of them. I didn't think I'd be getting rid of any of them. I don't think I pulled a glowy product out though for this month. Oh yeah, I did. No, that's a primer. Right, so shall we pull something out? I've not used this one in ages. I'm going to put that in my shop, my stash. I'll put it in this bottom drawer. Okay, start with powders. So we'll start with pressed powders and then go on from there. So I've got this Wet n Wild one. It's really, really good. So it looks like that. And this one is in the shade Neutral Beige. This one is actually a little bit too dark for me. I might see if they've got any on eBay just in my shade. It does work, but it is a little bit too deep. Then we've got the Laura Geller Medium Foundation. And again, it's too deep. I got it as part of a set. You can see that's too deep for me. I've been kind of trial and erroring it to use as bronzer. Or if, like, I put a lighter foundation on to deepen the foundation out. Like, if I was to use this one, which is a little bit light, then I could just go over with that, which I might try doing as it's in my shop, my stash. But yeah, we've got that. Then I've got the Porcelain one. I just use these as pressed powders, to be honest. This one's really old, but it still works. So that's the shade there. Just use it as a pressed powder. I don't use it as a foundation because I've got dry skin. I don't want it to make my skin look even worse than it already is. Then we've got this Rimmel Stay Matte in the shade 003 Peach Glow. Really like that. Rimmel Stay Matte in 001 Transparent. That's that one. We've got the e.l.f. finishing powder here. It's in Fairlight, so I've hit pan there, so you can tell I like it. We've got this Revolution Bacon Blot in Banana. Not really used it that much. And I've got this Makeup Gallery Smoothly Does It in Translucent 1. It's not bad. It's not the greatest powder I've ever used, but for £1, guys, it's worth it. I think I've got some more compacts. That one. They're all bronzers and they're loose. Right, so I've got this Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. They call it a bronzer, but I use it as a finishing powder. It's real nice. So yeah, there is that. Now we're moving over to loose powder, so let me talk to you about my favourite, which is the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This is stunning. I absolutely love it, and I would definitely buy a backup, but I want to purchase the Hourglass. Can't remember what it's called, the Hourglass one. Something Veil. Anyway, never mind, but you know the one I mean. I want to purchase that. I feel like I'm going to purchase a travel size. And then when I've done that, I'm going to probably buy a Too Faced full size again. So the next one is the Collection Sheer Loose Powder. That actually should be up here. I'm going to put it with all my other Project Pan powders because it's a Project Pan product, so it shouldn't be in there. Then I've got this Max Factor Miracle Veil, and I think this is supposed to be a dupe of the Hourglass one. I've used it once, guys. I mean, it's got glitter in it. I think they all do. All of the ones, I mean, you can definitely see the sheen. All of the ones that basically say that they're radiant, they have speckles of glitter if you look closely. You might not be able to see them on the face, but they definitely have glitter. I'll use that next month and see if I like it. If I don't, I'll declutter it at the end of the year. Then we've got this NYX HD. I used it all up. It was in the shade 1 and it was their finishing powder. Didn't really rate it. And what's in it now? Is a Revolution powder. There's not much left in there though. I do have some more of it. which I'll show you when I get to it. It's just in the drawer. Oh yeah, this one in here, this Laura Mercier, is powders. I think they're either, yeah, the Laura Mercier powders. So they're the translucent loose powders that she does. I got a couple of samples from Hourglass. This is just a translucent one. And I don't know what my opinion of it at the moment is because I've not tried it for long enough. Then I got this Nude by Nature one, which I've got from a subscription box, and again I've not tried it enough to give you my overall opinion. It's a translucent loose finishing powder. So in a sense I really don't need to order any more powders, just purely because I've got a lot. And I want to get some of these down before I get more powders. Next one up is the number 7 translucent perfect light. So I've had that a while, but I did bring it into March's Shop My Stash along with this one, this Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10 Fairlight. So there was that. Then we have the Revolution, the I Heart Revolution Peach Scented Baking Powder. It's still got quite a bit left, but I can't show you. It's got at least, I would say, a quarter left in there. So yeah, there is that, and that's everything. We're just moving over to bronzers next. So this concludes this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching today. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.